This week's bonus coaching is a follow-up to the TV spot on net unrealized appreciation. And the concept basically is whenever you separate from a service and retire from a company, if you have company stock, you want to make sure that you move that out of the company plan differently than you would just transferring your 401k. See, what happens is when you retire, separate from service, which is either leave a company or retire, you basically can take your 401k and roll it to an IRA, which would be probably the smarter thing to do because you have a lot more control. We've talked about that in other bonus coaching with an IRA over a 401k. It's also easier with beneficiary situations that it's in a 401k rather than an IRA rather than a 401k. So as soon as you get the opportunity to remove the 401k, you would want to do that and it turns into an IRA. But you do not want to take any of the company stock and bundle it into the 401k and move it, or if there's company stock in the 401k. You want to make sure that the 401k is moved to an IRA, and you would set that up ahead of time, whatever custodian you're going to use. If you have questions, you can always call us or ask the coach on that. And then what you want to do is make sure that you send over the company stock in kind. Now, the reason you'd send it over in kind means it comes over as stock. It's not liquidated and the money is sent over. You sent it over in kind because you can basically pay taxes at capital gains rates on stock versus overall 100% tax like you would in the ordinary income tax rate on your IRA. So understand there's ordinary income tax rates, which would be your brackets, 10%, 15%, 25, 28, 33, etc. This is 2010 we're talking right now. And then you have capital gains taxes, which are 5% depending on your income or 15% depending on your income. So if you could pay stock appreciation, the gains on long-term capital gains at 15%, it would probably be less of a tax burden than going ahead and paying at your ordinary income tax rate. So basically what you need to do is make sure you distinguish between the ordinary income tax rate and the capital gains rate when you take your company stock, and thereby you're able to make sure that your tax burden is less intrusive. So if you want to learn more about this or need some clarity on this subject, go ahead and hit Ask the Coach, and I'll be happy to respond to your questions accordingly. Have a great week. We'll talk to you next week.